la comunità neocatecumenale San Pio X di Udine, i ministranti dell'oratorio di Caino, un gruppo di giovani di Borgo Sotto e i cooperatori dell'Opus Dei di Amelia. Ci disponiamo ad accogliere il Santo Padre.
Laudetur Jesus Christus. Praised be Jesus Christ. And welcome to this live-streamed broadcast of Pope Francis's special Jubilee Audience that's being held today, Saturday, in the Paul VI Audience Hall. From wherever you are joining us, I would like to welcome you to this live broadcast. Some of you may be joining us through various Vatican media channels, perhaps the Vatican News app or the Radio Vaticana app, the Vatican News web portal, or our Vatican News English YouTube channel, or our Facebook Live feed. We also welcome all of you who are joining us through our partner broadcast stations, including EWTN TV, Catholic Faith Network in America, Radio Maria Philippines, Shalom World TV, Atma Darshan TV, and Catholic TV. A very warm welcome to you all, as well as to all of those who are joining us through various diocesan radio stations. A special welcome to our friends from the Deaf Catholic Youth Initiative for the Americas, DCYIA. Please visit our Vatican News YouTube channel to find translation in American Sign Language, or ASL. My name is Devin Watkins, and I will be providing the English language commentary and translations for this papal audience. As we go to air, we see that the Paul VI Hall is filled with pilgrims, and some of them are still arriving. This is a special Jubilee audience that is mainly for several Italian dioceses. These dioceses include the Diocese of Capua and Caserta, who are accompanied by their bishop, and these are most of the pilgrims and the faithful who are here in the Paul VI Hall. However, at the same time, around 8,000 pilgrims are gathered in St. Peter's Basilica from other Italian dioceses. These include the Diocese of Sulmona Balba, and then several faithful from various parishes from different parts of Italy. As we go to air, we're waiting with the pilgrims for the Holy Father to come out and greet us. Throughout this Jubilee year, the Holy Father will be having several Jubilee audiences that occur on a Saturday. As you know, he holds a weekly general audience on Wednesday, either in the Paul VI Hall, as today, or in the square of St. Peter's, depending on the weather mainly. In the winter, it's typically in the Paul VI Hall to facilitate the faithful and keep them from freezing, even though it's not too cold in Rome, but the winter months frequently can be a little bit, it could be rainy, and with the uncertain weather, they're typically held in the Paul VI Hall, as well as in the summer, the extreme summer heat of August. Otherwise, most papal audiences, general audiences, are held in the St. Peter's Square. As differently to many weekly general audiences, this one takes place under a little bit different format, mainly because of the intended audience, which is mostly Italian speakers. And so there will not be the various greetings and summaries in other languages, typically English, French, Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, German, Polish, and Arabic. And today the audience, I believe there will be a gospel reading that's read. The Holy Father will greet and offer his catechesis, his reflections on the passage of the gospel. The focus today is on hope and the figure of Mary Magdalene. To hope is to turn around. Afterwards, the Holy Father will greet in Italian the Italian speaking faithful, and then perhaps travel, make his way around the Paul VI Hall to greet a few people. The Holy Father held his first general audience in this Jubilee general audience in the Paul VI Hall 2 weeks ago on the 11th of January. And during that audience, the Holy Father focused on the example of John the Baptist, calling him a great prophet of hope. Hope being the theme for this Jubilee year. And we hear the faithful welcoming Pope Francis as he steps into the Paul VI Hall, makes his way to the chair at the center of the stage. And the Holy Father is still making his way to the center of the stage, where he's getting seated. And we prepare to listen to his words, and he begins this audience with the liturgical greeting.
Spirito Santo, la pace sia con voi.
Dal Vangelo secondo Giovanni.
From the Gospel according to John. When she had said this, Mary Magdalene turned around and saw Jesus there, but did not know it was Jesus. Jesus said to her, "Woman, why are you weeping? Whom are you looking for?" She thought it was the gardener and said to him, "Sir, if you carried him away, tell me where you laid him, and I will take him." Jesus said to her, "Mary."
Ella si voltò
She
e gli
turned
disse in
and said to
ebraico,
him in Hebrew,
Rabbuni,
Rabboni,
che significa
which means
maestro.
teacher,
Parola del Signore.
the word of the Lord. And now the Holy Father will read his catechesis and reflection.
Cari fratelli e sorelle, il Giubileo è per le persone e per la terra un nuovo inizio.
Dear brothers and sisters, the Jubilee is for people and for the earth, a new beginning. Everything must be rethought within the dream of God. And we know that the word conversion indicates a change of direction. Everything can be seen at last from another perspective. And so our steps also go towards new goals. This is how hope arises, which never disappoints. The Bible tells of this in many ways. And for us too, the experience of faith has been stimulated by encounters with people who have been able to change in life and have, so to speak, entered into God's dreams. For even though there is much evil in the world, we can distinguish who is different. Their greatness, which often coincides with their littleness, wins us over. In the Gospels, the figure of Mary Magdalene stands out above all others for this. Jesus healed her with mercy, and she changed. Brothers and sisters, the mercy changes. Mercy changes our hearts. And to Mary Magdalene, mercy brought her into God's dreams and gave her new purpose on her journey.
Il Vangelo di Giovanni racconta il suo incontro con Gesù risorto.
The Gospel of John tells of her encounter with the Risen One in a way that makes us think. It is repeated several times that Mary turned around. The evangelist chooses his words well. In tears, Mary looks first inside the tomb. Then she turns around. The Risen One is not on the side of death, but on the side of life. He can be mistaken for one of the people we encounter every day. Then, when she hears her name spoken, the Gospel says that again Mary turns around. And this is how her hope grows. Now she sees the tomb, but not like before. She can dry her tears because she has heard her own name. Only the Master pronounces it this way. The old world still seems to be there, but it is no more. Whenever we feel that the Holy Spirit acts in our hearts, we feel that the Lord is calling us by name. In this case, do we know how to distinguish and recognize the voice of the Master? Dear brothers and sisters, from Mary Magdalene, whom tradition calls the Apostle of the Apostles, we learn hope. One enters the new world by converting more than once. Our journey is a constant invitation to change perspective. The Risen One takes us into His world, step by step, on the condition that we do not claim to know everything already. Let us ask ourselves today, do I know how to turn around to see things differently, with a different vision? Do I have the desire for conversion?
un io troppo sicuro, un
An
io troppo orgoglioso
overconfident
ci
and
impedisce
proud
di
ego
riconoscere Gesù
prevents
di
us from
Salvador.
recognizing the risen
Anche
Jesus.
oggi, infatti,
Even today,
il suo aspetto è quello di persone comuni che rimangono facilmente alle nostre spalle. Persino quando piangiamo, ci disperiamo,
even when
lo
we
lasciamo alle
weep and
spalle.
despair, we
Invece
turn
di
our
guardare
back on
nel
him.
buio del passato,
Instead of
nel
looking into
vuoto
the
di un
darkness of the
sepolcro,
past,
da Maria Maddalena impariamo
from Mary
a
Magdalene,
voltarci
we
verso
learn
la
to turn
libertà.
towards life.
Lì il
There,
nostro maestro
our
ci
Master
attende.
awaits us.
Lì
There,
il nostro
our
nome è
name is
pronunciato,
spoken.
perché nella vita
For in
reale c'è
real
un
life
posto
there
per
is a
noi,
place for us,
sempre, ovunque.
always, everywhere.
C'è un posto per te,
There is a place for you,
per me,
for me,
per ciascuno.
for everyone.
Nessuno può
No one
prenderlo
can
perché è
take it
stato
away because
pensato da
it has
sempre per
always been meant for us.
noi. È brutto,
It's a terrible
come si
thing,
dice
as it's said
nel parlato volgare, è
in
brutto
a dialectic, in the
lasciare
dialect.
la sedia vuota.
It's a terrible thing to
Questo
leave
per me,
a chair
se io non vado,
unoccupied.
ognuno
And so
può
if I'm
dire
not
io ho
there,
un posto.
who will go?
Io
I have a place.
ho, no, io
Do I?
sono una missione.
Am I a... No,
Pensate a
not
questo.
am I.
Qual è il mio posto?
Oh, do I have a mission? I
Qual è la
am a
missione che il
mission.
Signore
What is the mission that the
ci
Lord
dà?
gives us?
Che questo pensiero
And
ci
with this
aiuti,
thought,
ci aiuti
we will be
a prendere
assisted
un atteggiamento coraggioso.
to take a courageous decision in our
Grazie.
lives. Thank you.
Saluti. Saluti.
Santo Padre, i fedeli qui presenti desiderano esprimerle filiale affetto e sincera fedeltà.
And
E
the
pregano per
Italian
tutte le intenzioni
language
del suo
reader
universale ministero
welcomes
apostolico.
and greets the Holy Father
A conclusione di
in the
questa
name of all the
udienza,
faithful gathered in
canteremo la preghiera
the
del
Paul
Padre
VI
Nostro
Hall
in latino,
and in
terminata la
the
quale il
Vatican
Santo Padre
Basilica of
impartirà
St.
la
Peter's.
benedizione apostolica, che estende in
After,
modo speciale ai
near the
bambini,
end of
agli
this
anziani e ai sofferenti.
audience, we will sing
Benedirà
together
anche i
the
rosari
Our Father in
e gli
Latin,
oggetti di devozione che
and
ciascuno porta con
the
sé.
Holy Father will impart his apostolic blessing and bless all of us and the objects we have brought for his
benvenuto ai
blessing.
pellegrini presenti in quest'aula e a quelli collegati dalla Basilica Vaticana.
I extend a warm welcome to the pilgrims present in the hall and to those connected from the Vatican
Sono lieto di
Basilica.
accogliere i fedeli della
I'm
diocesi
pleased to
di
welcome
Capua e
the
di
faithful from the
Caserta.
dioceses of Capua and Caserta.
Sono venuti a Roma con il loro
They
pastore,
have come to Rome with their
Monsignor
pastor, Archbishop Pietro Lagnese,
Anche per
also
ricambiare la visita
to
che ho
reciprocate the
avuto
visit
la gioia di
I had the
compiere a
joy of
Caserta
making to
il 26
Caserta
luglio il 14.
on July 26,
Saluto con
2014.
affetto
I
il
affectionately
pastore
greet the
Giovanni
priests
Cretino, grande
consecrated.
amico, grande amico. Saluto i sacerdoti,
I greet
le
the
persone
priests, the
consacrate,
consecrated
gli
persons,
operatori
pastoral
pastorali,
workers,
le famiglie e tutti
families,
voi,
and all
con
of
un
you
deferente
with
pensiero
respectful
per
thoughts
l'autorità
for the
civile.
civil authorities.
Desidero rinnovare il mio ringraziamento
renew
per la calorosa
my
accoglienza che mi avete
gratitude for the
riservato
warm welcome
in
you
quella
extended to me
circostanza.
on that occasion.
Il ricordo di quell'evento,
May the memory of that
carico
event,
di significati
rich in the ecclesial and
e
spiritual
spirituali,
meaning,
ravvivi in ciascuno la
rekindle in
volontà
each of you
di
the desire
approfondire
to
la
deepen
vita
your
di
life
fede
of
e di
faith
essere sempre
and
testimoni
to
di
always be
speranza,
witnesses of hope
portatori di pace.
and builders of peace.
Mio pensiero
My thoughts now
va ora
turn
al
to the
pellegrinaggio della
pilgrimage
diocesi di
from the
Sulmona
Diocese of
Valva,
Sulmona Valva
con il vescovo
with their
Monsignor
Bishop
Fusco e i
Michele
seminaristi
Fusco
di Bergamo.
and the seminarians of Bergamo.
Cari fratelli e sorelle, vi incoraggio
Dear brothers and sisters, I encourage you to increasingly understand and embrace the love of God, the source and reason for our true joy. I also greet the seminarians from Bergamo and urge them to always place Jesus at the center of their lives. To all, my blessing.
Pater noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, adveniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua, sicut in cielo et in terra. Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et dimitte nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimittimus debitoribus nostris, et ne nos inducas in tentatione, sed libera nos a malo.
Domino vobiscum, sit nomen Domini benedictum,
Ex hoc nunc et usque in seculum,
Deus nostrum, in nomine Domini.
qui fecit celum et terra.
Benedicat vos, omnipotens Deus, Pater, Filius, Spiritus Sanctus.
Amen.
And we receive the Holy Father's apostolic blessing, which, as the Italian reader said earlier, is intended also for all of us following on various means of modern media. And just as a note, a theological note, many of you have followed these general audiences online or on TV, on various means of communication, and as you may know, when the Holy Father imparts his apostolic blessing, it extends through these means of modern communication because that is his intention to do so. The importance is his intention. It's not just to bless those in the Paul VI Hall or even in St. Peter's Basilica, who are also connected by a TV link. The Holy Father intends to bless all of us personally, no matter where we are in the world, as we follow this event live. And as the Holy Father gets on his wheelchair and goes down to greet and shake the hands of the faithful in the Paul VI Hall, we conclude this live-streamed broadcast of the Pope's special Jubilee Audience from the Paul VI Audience Hall. Please visit our Vatican News web portal, our Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube accounts for coverage of today's audience, as well as other Vatican and world news. My name is Devin Watkins, and it has been a pleasure to provide the English language text for you. On behalf of Vatican Media, I would like to thank all of our sound engineers and our audio coordinators, our media partners who made this broadcast possible, and all of you for joining us. Laudetur Jesus Christus, praised be Jesus Christ.